Hey, VC here. This is the first race breakdown of 2019. We're at the Cherry Pie Criterium in Napa. Pretty solid group of guys here. Some serious heavy hitters from Mike's Bikes and A-Main and Squadra, and then just some individuals that are extremely strong. So, I mean, we brought 6 to this race, 6 guys. And the whole plan was to have it be a sprint, right? Because Timmy, Isaiah, and Josh are all amazing sprinters. And if we could keep them isolated and them protected, there's a really good chance that we could take the sprint or get in the top 3 for the final sprint. The course was extremely technical. And when I heard it was in a parking lot, I was like, dude, that's so lame. We drove 4 hours for a freaking parking lot. But I loved it. This course was phenomenal. And you could really make up a lot of time by kind of taking more risk and diving on the inside. But it was fast. It was super strung out. Right here, I kind of almost got clotheslined by my teammate. And the Mike's Bikes guy came up underneath me. But it was a ton of surging out of turns. And then having the bike handling skills to, keep your momentum coming through some of these tight turns. But it was a very dynamic course. My job was to be basically a workhorse, and I wasn't having a lot of fun at the very back. And I started seeing that we didn't really have anyone up front. Like, we had 6 guys in the group, but we were all sort of mid-pack or to the back of the pack. And there was a ton of gaps already opening up. And the way that this course is that if you're closer to the front, you save a ton of energy by making better line choices versus getting like that accordion effect in some of the snaps. So I got to try to move up to the front and keep this together the best that I can. Because again, I want it to come to a sprint. And so I'm going to just sort of be a diesel motor and not necessarily snap to go with moves, but just sort of bring them back, try to keep it together, keep Isaiah, Josh, and Timmy really from having to do any sort of work. This, you can already see guys like dropping off the back, and holy moly, I mean, it was the first couple laps were extremely fast, and you had to be on it, dude. I mean, dude, me and Timmy right here almost getting freaking dropped. So it's like, okay, we got to get up to the front. You can see right here we've got 4 guys all together. I believe that was Josh, Timmy, or maybe even Cameron and Isaiah. Dude, the green velotos, so easy to spot the teammates. Like, so perfect, so on it. So right there to the left, that's Matt. That's one of our teammates. He's working. He was another workhorse. And so here I see a move go up the road. We're pretty, 10 minutes into the race. And I don't think that move was super threatening. I don't think there was a lot of guys, there was only 2 guys in there, but I don't think it was like a move that really needed to be brought back, to be honest. But I saw, I'm at the front, and then I see this Lux guy, and I'm thinking he's got a pretty good upper body. So I asked him, what's his secret? Boom, shake weight. He says, shake weight.
This will build definition, size, and strength.
But so I was like, okay, I'm going to get to the front. I'm going to make sure that this 2-man break doesn't just solo away. Because, dude, the course is so technical that a 2-man, 3-man break is really threatening because of how much faster you can go through these turns. So I get on the front, and I start to be the workhorse, right? This is my job. Work for the team. Working for a team completely changes the way that you perceive pain. It's so strange. I was able to go so deep for so long because I had guys counting on me. Usually, if I was here by myself, 0 chance I'm on the front doing anything like this, right? And I'd probably be on the back hurting and not wanting to be in the race. But it was so strange how it's like, look, I don't have to finish. My spectrum of how long this race is all I got to do is just work for the team, blow myself up, and make sure that, moves don't get up the road without one of our guys in it. And so I did this full lap on the front, pretty much, between 380 to 450, something like that. The legs showed up. I mean, I was feeling really good, actually, surprisingly good. And so then we're coming down this straight. I've been on the front for a lap now, and I see a photographer, Jeff, and I'm just like, oh yeah, buddy, oh yeah. I see him, I throw the yut and get the sickest picture. Year over, 2019 done. I can go home right now. That picture was so worth it. But so then I'm getting close to the break, right? And guys start to now jump across. And now that's threatening because that's a Squadra Turin guy. I think that was Andrew. And so he's got teammates in the pack, right? And so then they're going to block, and we now don't have a guy. Like, I'm starting to freak out because I think I just possibly set up the winning move, right? And then now all these guys start leaking off, and I'm waxed, right? I just did a whole lap full tilt, and this is alarm bells going off because I essentially just created this 8-man break up the road without one of our guys and a bunch of dudes willing to work together. Like crap. So then full on dig myself into a hole for the team to try to bring this move back. And this is going to be hard because of how many guys are in that. If they start working together, dude, there's no way I'm going to catching what, like 7-8 guys? But dude, these turns, bro, you could take some risks and use way less energy to get through these turns. And I think that they didn't really work that well together, and that allowed me to sort of bring this back. But man, this was a close call because I almost totally ruined it for our team here. But I bring back that move, and now I am so waxed. Like, I can't breathe. I tried to take a drink of my water, and it had like SIS, the beta fuel in it, and it like clogged my throat, and I couldn't breathe. I was freaking out, but I need to now recover, right? So I need to sort of use my good position in the pack to sort of fall through and recover while everyone is smashing. And this is where we really needed maybe one more workhorse to be on the front, to go up there when I'm coming to the back, because Isaiah, Josh, and Timmy, they were sort of, they were up in the front-ish, but their plan was to just sit in as much as possible. Cameron, right there, he's kind of in the works of getting his fitness back. I think he was doing some work in the very first few laps, but here I am, full recovery mode, but I have now sacrificed my good position in the pack. So now I'm going to have to come through this pack to be able to get back to be able to help the team in any way, right? And so, dude, it's strung out. It's dropping watt bombs all day. I got better through the turns as the day went on, or as the race went on. But in my mind, like, I've got to get further up front. I've got to get into a position where I can help my team. Because if a move goes right now, like, there's nothing I can do. So then a move goes, and we actually have Josh Carling, one of our main sprinters. He went with the move. He jumped with it, and I was so thankful because I really wasn't in a position to chase another move this early on, or that this soon after I'd already basically chased 2 moves. And so I'm good with that 3-man break because, dude, Josh is going to outsprint pretty much anyone, or at least absolutely be a contender. And if we've got 3 guys up there, but then Bobby jumps from Turin, he's going to go on the left here in the pink kit. Boom, there he goes. And so I'm stoked to let this go. I'm super stoked. So I'm going to sit on the front and try to block as much as I can so that Bobby can get up there, and now be a 4-man break. Bobby has teammates in the pack, so they're not going to chase. I've got a guy that most likely is going to outsprint everyone So like, yes, dude, sweet. So I'm going to sit on the front and go at a pace in which is obviously not chasing them down. You can see there's my teammate, Josh, and then Bobby chasing. I'm going to go at a pace that's not chasing them down, but obviously fast enough to where it's not just guys are yelling at me because I'm not pedaling. But guys were yelling. They were saying, he's blocking, get around him, go, go, go. And so then this happens. Such an arrow sprint. Dude, crazy. That guy is like a really, really good bike racer. Here, my teammate, Matt, he tries to jump. Again, that's going to be perfect. If Matt can get up there and then help Josh, like, dude, I think we've just made the right move. But then I see Matt coming back. And I'm like, no, dude, he didn't make it. He didn't make that jump. But so I've got to recover. It's really strung out. I'm kind of freaking out that we've got 4 guys mid-pack right now. Because then that means like no one's on the front. No one's ready for a counterattack. No one's really patrolling or keeping the race together for the team. Yes, we have a guy off the front, and so we can let other guys pull. But we should have again had one more guy on the front, sort of slaying himself for the team. And so, what do I do here? We all start to bunch up. I think the move came back, or this point of the race, I'm super hypoxic, so I can't really remember what was happening in the middle of the race because I'm sort of donezo at this point. I've really roasted myself. But then this move goes, and I should have, in hindsight, I should have snapped to get on that because I had Timmy there on the front. He could have blocked. But again, the whole plan was to bring it to a sprint. And if I made this move of 6, I would have made it 6 guys. But I'm not out sprinting anyone, right? I've wasted all my matches. So I try to slowly bring back this move of 5. Again, that's the plan, right? Let me just be the workhorse. Let me sit on the front. Let me do this sort of slow 400, 500 watt effort to at least mitigate the gap, right? To make so that it doesn't just, these 6 guys don't just ride away. And I'm allowing for my team, Isaiah, Timmy, and Josh, to not really have to do a whole lot. They can just sit in, they can just relax, they can save their bullets. But here, I'm basically telling myself all in for the team, and that as soon as I bring this back, I'm done. I can pull off, and I can get out of the race. Job for me complete. And I would have felt like really happy with how the day went. I was getting onto this section, and there's a headwind section right here, and I'm getting super close. And again, this is where guys are going to start jumping. And so I'm trying to keep the pace high. Timmy, we go to his camera. Boom, Timmy comes slamming up the right side. So good. And he actually makes that jump. So I'm so thankful because I was running out of gas. Bobby goes with him. And that's a pretty good move to have our guy Timmy make that jump because Timmy's a good sprinter. But now I'm falling back through the pack, and I'm falling back through the pack in like the technical section. So I know guys are probably super pissed because like I'm causing all these gaps, but whatever. I'm super duper smoked. So I'm going to do the best I can to recover without getting dropped, which is very difficult to do with these surges and these snaps. It's so easy to lose the wheel. You can see here there's a 3-man group with 2 A-main off the front. I actually did not know that was... I thought they were getting lapped, to be honest, but I guess they were off the front. Kind of crazy how you sometimes just don't even know what's happening. And then you've got this big old group that now I've got a teammate in. So I really think that we did well as a team for this being our first crit together. I think our communication definitely needs some work. And here, so I'm about to get dropped, and I look back, and Josh and Isaiah are on my wheel, my 2 sprinters, right? I was ready to just drop off and call it, but I got to bring them back up to the group, and then I tell them as they pass, like, I'm done. So now I wanted them to know, like, bro, you can't count on me anymore. I have done my work. I've done my dues. You guys got to, start doing your thing. Start battling for the front. Someone's going to have to take up the chase. Someone else needs to start putting in some work, or just be ready for moves, because I'm not going to be able to bring anything back. And right here through the technical section, I don't know if the group started to slow down, but I actually was able to recover surprisingly and be able to stay on with the group. But again, I'm done. Like, there's no way I'm going to see the front again, pretty much is what I'm thinking, because I don't really have any legs left. I've burned all my matches. So right here, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. I'm just going to pull off. And then this guy, I'm just like, sweet, dude. He's going to give me this ride back onto the group. Without this guy in front of me, I'm definitely pulling out of the race. But I was able to just barely hang on. Right now, I'm seeing red. But I want to help my team as much as I possibly can. And everyone came together. There was 2 guys ended up being off the front. Bobby and a Mike Spikes had jumped, or they were off the front. And so those are the 2 other big teams, Mike's and Bobby. So on Turin, like, those are the other big threats. They're the ones that have the teammates. They have the numbers. So that's a super threatening move. And I'm able to because guys slowed down, I'm able to just like get up, and you could sort of see the 2 guys. And then this guy, I don't know why I don't remember his name, dude, but he's such a great bike handler, but his teammate's off the front. And so he's such a good racer, but he's taking these weird lines that aren't really like apex lines. So there's it's blocking me in a way that isn't really him being a dick. I mean, I could get around him, but I'd have to use a big snap just to get around him. So I'm like, bro. So I'm getting a little frustrated because he's taking these crazy, weird, unconventional lines. And so then you could see there's the move. That's the front of the race. I've got to do everything I can to bring that back. And so here I scraping the edge of the barrel for my team, which it's just so weird how if I'm by myself, there's no way I'm getting dropped now. Like, there's no way I'm on the front. There's no way I'm putting out power, but I'm just being that workhorse. I'm putting it in for the team, and I'm hoping that I can at least stop those 2 guys from just being gone. But I don't. I mean, you can see the power. Like, it's everything I have just to be on the front, and then that was about it. I mean, I got to the next section here, and the Mike Spikes guy actually comes up the inside of me because he wants to block, right? And so I'm trying to like come back around him, but then everyone started to attack from here and jump, and I am like, I'll go to the front and I'm holding 400 and something watts, but then A-Main jumps because he knows that's threatening, and everyone starts going, and that is where I call it a day. It's like, all right, dude, there's like 3 laps left to go. I think I pulled out with 2 laps to go, which is, dude, job done. I felt really good about that. So now we jump to Timmy's camera, last half lap, and we've got Josh on the front, who now is super fresh. Isaiah, who's in front of Timmy, super fresh. Timmy, super fresh. We did a great job of keeping our main guys fresh for the end. But the 2 guys from the Mike Spikes rider and Bobby from Turin, dude, they just they stayed away, man. It was crazy how much faster you can go, I guess, in a small group through these turns. Timmy sort of gets the inside taken from him here, and Isaiah sort of kind of had to sprint to get back on. It was a little bit of a botched finish, but Josh, you can see him right to the right. I mean, he was doing everything he could to keep it strung out. And then I think Timmy gets jumped right here because he's 2, 3, 4, 5th wheel, fast sprint. Isaiah's right behind him. Man, 8th and 9th place for our team, which you know, that's pretty good for our first race out and who was here. But to be honest, I think we definitely could have done better. I think we had the guys. I think we had the firepower to do a little bit better to get it on the box. But man, it's a tough race. It's a tough course. Super fun. And yeah, so that was me being a workhorse, guys. I slayed it. I slayed it for the squad. Anyway, great job to everyone. Great job to everyone racing. I thought we all raced really fair and fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one. As always, guys, Vegan Cyclist. Yeah.